Hey, it's Friday again? Well, today I was going to do a completely different video. Like and subscribe and all that happy stuff. Write your name in the comments, or at least where you're from. But anyway, I was going to do a completely different video today on a serger, but Catherine was stitching this out for an upcoming class, and we had one of those that'd make a great video moment. So here we are. We're sitting at an Epic3, and you have probably seen me do something on Scan to Hoop before, but this is kind of a neat variation of that. We've used Scan to Hoop to place a design. So we hooped some fabric and we could see on the screen what the fabric would look like. But she was working on this project and trying to figure out colors. And sometimes you think something's gonna look fabulous in a certain color and you stitch it out and we're very disappointed. So we have a little auditioning process for colors, and we can change them on screen to know exactly what it's gonna look like. So we put everything on pause and came over to the machine, and that's what we're doing today. Here we go. So this is Catherine's design. It's part of a little two-part pillow, and she's got her appliques done. So her boo is done, and the little hands, it's a ghost, very cute. All of that part's done. And now she's to the point where she's ready to put the decorations in. So what color am I gonna do my stars and my little swirls? And I said, hold on, we have the technology. So I came out of it, right, back into edit. So from stitch out mode, hey, don't go asleep, back into edit mode. And then we're gonna come down. So I took the hoop off, and now we're gonna go to hoop options. If I select hoop options, I have Scan to Hoop. I'm going to click on that and hit Start Hoop Scan. Yes, I do not have the hoop connected, and it is parked. So we're gonna bring it over. When I hit Scan to Hoop, it says, it's our little warning, touch OK to start the hoop scan. Remove the presser foot for best result. So if I wanted this to be perfect, I might take the cue foot off just so I won't have any variations in the picture that I end up with. But we're not being that picky today. I'm going to click OK, and my embroidery arm comes over. I get a pop-up that tells me to attach the hoop. Drop that puppy in and click OK. So now for a second here, the machine is using the camera that's installed to take little pictures of the entire hoop area. And what that's going to do is it's going to give us a representation of not only the hoop area, the fabric that's on it, the embroidery that's been done so far, but now I can audition different thread colors and see them on the screen, on the fabric that I actually have hooped. So Catherine was very excited, weren't you, Catherine?
I was.
So this is a pretty big hoop. It's a 360 by 200, so it takes a little longer just because of all the area that they have to cover. Of course, when I use my 240 by 150 or my 100 by 100, boy, that one's quick. We actually use this a lot for this project coming up. This is the Marrakesh pillow. Yes, it's a lot bigger. If you guys have done this as a Viking event, this one's a lot bigger than yours. I took the main design and all the components and I boosted them 20%. So this is actually almost 20 inches instead of 14 across. And I used Scan to Hoop when I hooped my pillow top to do the embroidery. So I hooped it in my magnetic hoop. I hit scan to hoop and got an actual vision of my completed pieced top. And then I was able to, with projection, actually plan where these pieces would go. I changed the angles and I zoomed in so they landed exactly where I wanted them to be. That's also a class coming up. But that was just me talking to fill in the time while this did its thing. So here we are back on the regular screen, and I'm going to click hoop options because, like magic, instead of being a blank screen now, there is my fabric as well as the design that we're stitching out. So you can see there's my letters that Catherine's already done, and these are my swirly bits and my stars. So that's the part we're here for today. I'm going to click the little palette, the color palette, and I get a whole list of the thread colors in this design. So I believe this is my first star. How do I know that? Because we checked before we started filming. I click on that and I can close this window and see how everything is grayed out. You can't see the design. The only part of the design that you're looking at right now is this little star. So these letters are the actual letters on the fabric. This is not the embroidery design. So this is the star we're talking about right now. I'm going to open that back up. It's still selected there in the thread list. There's a lot of colors in this.
I made you a cheat sheet, Beth, on the front of there what color I wanted to change it to.
Okay, hold on. Watch my big head in the way. Oh, okay. So white, green, pink, orange, yellow, and blue, green. So this is orange. What color was that one, Catherine?
Green.
Okay, so we're going to choose. These are quick colors. I could choose one of those. These are the ones most recently used. So if I select the green and I like that color, now instead of being orange, it's green. And it's right there. I can decide if I like it or not. If I decide, you know what, I really am not in love with that color, I can try again. Maybe I want it to be green, but I'm not crazy about the shade of green. So instead, I'm going to go to change color. I get a different pop-up with all the variations that I can use to make it the color I want it to be. So as I slide it around here on the screen, the little circle, see the color changing? I can use the slider here. I can make it more yellow. I can make it more blue. I can change it here, just like that, and make myself crazy. And then I can click apply, and now that color is right here. I thought that was really neat. I thought you guys might enjoy that. We can go to the next color. And it's purple, which I also don't see on Catherine's list here.
Well, I was looking at the color of the star on the screen.
I'm only teasing you. But thankfully, we don't have to rely on the list. We can come right here, and I can see that it's this one and this one. What color would you like those to be?
It's whatever pink says.
Pink. Orange. So we're going for orange. And Catherine didn't like this orange. We're going for a richer orange that we played with earlier. So we're going to use that orange. So now they're orange. And we'll go all the way to the end just so you guys can see. And the next one is this one. One single star off by itself.
White.
All right, so it's white.
No, but there's a code for white.
Oh, sorry.
Green.
Green, okay. Do we want a different green or the same green?
The same green.
Okay. Now it's green. and light blue. That's these two stars.
Green.
Those green too?
Yes.
Okay. Back to green. And yellow is yellow, so we're leaving yellow alone.
Yes.
And the last one
Must be swirly.
is the swirls.
Black.
So here's my little swirls, and Catherine wants them to be black. Okay. And now those are there. Okay, so I'm done now, right? I've changed all my colors. I'm happy with the way they look. I'm going to go to Stitch Out. And I have my little check screen to make sure I'm all set. Yes, we have the wrong plate open or on. Don't worry about it. We'll change it before we stitch it out. Now we're going to click Apply.
Oh, look.
And so now the whole design is visible. Not only am I looking at what was done before, but I'm also looking at the design overset over the hooped fabric with what was done already, and now it's all the colors Catherine wanted it to be. She could decide, well, you know what? I didn't really care for the yellow. I wanted it to be something else. And if that were the case, she could go back into Edit and make those changes and experiment till her heart's content and her stars are aligned and all the right colors. So, I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comment and I'll be sure to get back to you. And I guess that's all I have to say about that. Keep stitching.